Your life is not only being shaped by what happened, it's being shaped by the story you keep telling yourself about what happened. This is why two people can walk through the same pressure and come out with two different interpretations entirely. One person says, this is proof I'm failing. The other says, this is where God's forming me. One person can say, the door closed because nothing works out for me. And the other person could say, the door is closed because God may be redirecting me. One person says correction means rejection. Another could say correction means refinement. Same facts, different story. And the story matters because the story we believe becomes the lens through which we live by. And if the lens is fear, fear will write the story. If the lens is shame, shame will write the story. If the lens is scarcity, scarcity will write the story. If the lens is exhaustion, exhaustion will write our story. And then we wonder why we can't move forward. In the last episode, we talked about this truth. You can't strategize your way out of a state you refuse to shift. Today, we're going to take the next step because the state doesn't just affect how we feel. The state writes our story. And the story we have is writing the way we live our life, our relationships, our obedience, our identity. I'm Sheryl Gomes, leader of Salt and Light, Rewired Mind, Restored Life. My work brings together faith, counseling, nervous system awareness, mind renewal, and practical tools because transformation is not just about knowing more, it's about learning to live from truth instead of an old pattern. Today, we're going to talk about this, the story your state keeps writing. And here's the core learning. A belief is not always revelation. Sometimes there's repetition behind it. And just because we believe it doesn't mean God said it. And just because it feels true doesn't mean it is truth. And just because our nervous system makes it loud doesn't mean it's Lord. Let's go right at it. If we're living in fear, fear says, this won't work. Fear says, don't trust this. Fear says, you're going to fail. Fear says, stay where it's familiar. If you can't control it, you shouldn't move. And if fear writes that story long enough, you're not going to call it fear. You're going to call it wisdom. You're saying, I'm just being careful or responsible or realistic, or I'm waiting have peace about it. You're not waiting for peace. You're waiting for certainty. And faith doesn't give us certainty. Faith gives us the next small step. Shame writes a story. Shame says something like, who do you think you are? Shame says you always mess things up, or you're never enough, or you're too much or too little, or they're not going to listen to you. Who are you? And if you believe that story long enough, it becomes your truth. And you think it's like humility. It's false humility. You're agreeing with a lie. God didn't call you to be disqualified. He didn't call you to be rejected. He did not call you to feel behind or hopeless. Some of us just let old pain run us, and we're living lives beneath who God wants us to be. Scarcity says something like, there's never enough to go around. Everybody else is getting ahead. You're not. You better rush, push through. Everyone else gets blessed except for you. Scarcity writes a story long enough, we start comparing ourselves to other people. We think we're supposed to live out somebody else's life. Sometimes we spiral. We get discouraged. We see somebody else's blessing instead of remembering God's goodness in our own life. We start questioning our own timeline, our own discernment. Scarcity narrates our life, and it's exhausting. And then exhaustion writes another story. Exhaustion says, you don't have what it takes. You don't have enough time. Nothing ever works. You should just quit. That's not the truth. You may need rest. You may need support. May need better boundaries or stop carrying things that God didn't assign you to carry. But exhaustion is not allowed to become the prophet over your future. Tired can be real, right? But that's not being finished. Being overwhelmed can be real, but that doesn't mean you're abandoned or hopeless, right? Maybe we need to slow down and ask, what is God trying to tell me here? Maybe we're responding to a story that our old state is telling us. That story can feel so real because it's familiar, but it's not true. A belief isn't always revelation. Some beliefs are just repetition. It's a sentence you heard growing up spoken over you. I know. I had that. Maybe it's a vow you made to yourself. You were never going to let yourself get hurt. Maybe you went through so much survival in your life that you just don't let your guard down. Romans 12 talks about being transformed by the renewing of our mind, not decorating our mind, not distracting our mind, not just motivating our mind, renewing our mind. Renewal means the old story loses authority. Renewal means it doesn't get to preach the sermon of our life. Shame doesn't get to write the captions in our life. Scarcity doesn't get to shape our life. Control doesn't get to call itself wisdom in our life. Renewal means letting go of an old state so we can move into a new season. You can't step into a restored life while narrating an unhealed story. Maybe you want to say God's doing a new thing. You want to believe that, but you're holding on to an old story. A new opportunity comes and the old story says you're going to fail. A healthy relationship comes your way, but an old story is you can't trust people. Correction comes, but the story is that's not correction, that's rejection. Delay may feel like denial. A hard day becomes nothing will ever work out, but that's just a familiar story. Why don't we live from a new script? Don't let fear have the microphone. Don't let scarcity have the evidence. Don't let exhaustion allow us to make permanent decisions that should be temporary. Salt and light brings us back into a great framework. Reveal, reset, renew, restore. Reveal the story, not just the feeling, the story. Ask yourself, what am I telling myself right now? What's underneath this? Am I telling myself I'm not enough? Am I telling myself that God doesn't care? Or I will never change? I can't trust people? Name the story, because you can't reset a story that you refuse to reveal. Then reset the story. Ask, is this true? Or am I just stuck in the familiar? Is this from God or is it fear? Is this wisdom or is this self-protection? Is this humility or shame? Is it discernment or control? Is it reality or an old wound interpreting the present? Renew with truth, not hype, not denial, truth. Truth says God has not given me a spirit of fear. I can be transformed by the renewing of my mind. I can take my thoughts captive. Truth says I'm not abandoned. Truth says I'm allowed to receive help. Truth says I can move in peace instead of panic. I can obey with my next step instead of knowing the whole map. Restore it means take action, because the story changes when it becomes embodied in our life. What would my life look like if I no longer believed the old stories that were told to me in childhood? What if I believed something different? What if I stopped shrinking? What if I believe I don't have to control everything? I can release things. I don't have to live in survival, fight or flight all the time. I lived that way. Restoration becomes real when we get to say, what is God's way for me? Write down an old story you keep telling yourself, not 10, just one. What state is writing that story? Is it shame, scarcity, exhaustion, control? And what does this story make me do? What does it make me avoid? Does it make me strive, hide, compete, shut down, rush, panic? And what does God want me to agree with instead? Take one action from that truth. Because the old story loses power when we notice it. We bring light to it. We don't need to agree with it. It loses power when truth becomes louder than lies. It loses power when obedience interrupts an old script. So today, don't just ask what happened. Ask, what story have I been telling myself about what happened? What story is producing shame or fear or scarcity or lack? Or what stories would produce peace and surrender and obedience? This is Salt and Light. Reveal the story, reset the interpretation, renew your mind, restore your life through truth-led action. A belief is not always revelation. Sometimes it's a lie that we've repeated long enough. But through truth, through surrender, through renewing our mind, spirit-led action, old stories can lose authority because we can live in a new state. God is still the author of our lives. Old stories don't get to write the next chapter. Not anymore. I hope you join me in the next episode. Take good care.